Welcome back to Mac Talks of Football, and this is the video in which we rank my top 10 transfers in La Liga. We have already done this for the Serie A, for League 1 and Bundesliga, and we are of course gonna go ahead and do for the Premier League as well. But in this video we are gonna concentrate on La Liga and look at these 10 players who I think are gonna have the most impact on their new clubs, and who I think are like the best deals in my opinion, with the fees that has been paid by their new clubs to bring them to the club, and the sort of impact that I expect them to have in their new clubs. So let's get right into it. On number 10, I have gone with Tierno Barry from Basel to Villarreal for 14 million euros. I mean, this is one of the smartest signing of the summer transfer window. Nobody really paying that much attention to it, but I think he's going to be a very good player. He scored like almost 15 plus goals last year for Basel. He already scored 7 goals this season for Basel before joining Villarreal, and he scored already 2 goals for them. Quite a young player, like a constant goal scorer. If you see the way that he is progressing in his career, every year his goal scoring ratio is becoming better and better, and I think at Villarreal he's gonna get even better. I love the way that Villarreal like to play fast attacking football, and it's gonna suit him completely. He can play anywhere in the front three. He can play with 2 strikers as well. In a 4-4-2, he can play as the second striker. He can play at that number 10 role. He can play as the false 9. He can play on the wings as well, as I already said. So like a great signing for Villarreal, and just to get him for 14 million euros, not a big deal, not a big amount of money as well. I think a very shrewd signing by Villarreal, and I think he's gonna get them a lot of goals this year. He has already started, and I think he's gonna score a lot more. Number 9, I have gone with Ori Oscarsen, the Icelandic international. He has come from Copenhagen to Real Sociedad for about 20 million euros. A big amount of money for a 20-year-old player. He scored like 15 goals last year, and he has already scored 7 goals before joining Sociedad this year. So you know he is he's a constant goal scorer. He's a threat in front of goals, and the way that he moves, his movement is like really good. As I said, just 20 years old, he's learning the craft, and he's already at like he has such a huge potential, and to come in at Sociedad, I think he's going to have a great time there. He has amazing pace. He can dribble past defenders. He's 6 foot. He's really good with his head. His hold up play is also really good, and I think it's gonna help Sociedad try to get into the Champions League, because I have finishing them at number 4, at number 4, I think. Yeah, to top 4, because it was with between them and Athletic Club in my prediction. And I think with signing him, he's also added an extra extra firepower for Sociedad. I think he's gonna have a good season. As I said, he has scored goals wherever he has played. He's just 20 years old, so he's gonna get better and better, and I think he's gonna fit perfectly well at Sociedad. And even though they have played 20 million euros for him, I think he's gonna repay them, and he's gonna have a great season, scoring a lot of goals. And not just this season, I think this is, you can see in a way that he can it's a long-term move for them as well. Just 20 years old, and he's gonna get better, and even if they decide to sell him in the future, they could get a good amount of money for him as well. But this season I think he's gonna shine for them, and he's gonna score them a lot of goals. Number 8, I have gone with Ricardo Rodriguez. It's a free transfer joining Real Betis, and I think in my opinion, a lot of people are not gonna have him in their list, but I think it's a very smart signing by Real Betis. They lost Abner, they lost Joan Miranda, so they needed somebody experienced in that left back position, who can come in, and you can, the manager can trust, and like the fans or the manager are not gonna be in some sort of in confusion that whether this player is gonna be good for us, whether he's gonna be able to perform for us. And Rodriguez, like, he's a Swiss international. He's 32 years old. He has played everywhere. He knows the league as well. He's a trustworthy player. He's gonna give you a 100% every time he plays, and like he's a left back, 32 years old. It doesn't matter. He can still play a good for a good couple of years, and I think it's a very smart signing on Betis part. They have not spent the money to try and bring somebody from the outside. They've just brought him in on a free transfer, and if you have a player of his caliber available on a free transfer, you should go ahead and take a punt on them. I think he's gonna settle in quite quickly, and I think he's gonna have a good season, and we know he can score those 35 yard screamers as well. He can take a free kick as well, so it's a good signing by Betis. And as I said, they needed somebody experienced on that left hand side in their defense, and they have gone ahead and get him. I think it's a very sure signing and a smart signing by Real Betis. At number 6, it's another free transfer in James Rodriguez joining Rayo Vallecano, and I think it is a very interesting signing, to be very honest. He's 33 years old. He's coming back to La Liga, and you don't really know what you're going to expect from him, but I think it's a very good signing for both parties. Rayo Vallecano, they need all the help that they can get to stay in the in La Liga this year, and they have gone ahead and they have brought in a big name, a huge name, to be very honest with you. It is a very marketable name. They are going to make a lot of money out of it. You can say that a financial aspect, that's a good deal. They did not even have to pay money to get him to another club. He just comes on a free. He's going to be on high wages, that's for sure, but I think they are going to make up those that money, because fans are going to love him that he's playing at their club. And then James himself, I think this is going to be his last dance in European football, and he's going to be the main man at Vallecano. Like, a lot of people expect him to be the driving force that saves Vallecano, and I think he will be able to do it. Will he score you like 15-20 goals? I don't think so that's going to happen, but he's going to be very important and crucial. He now has the experience. He might give you a 10 goals a season, and he can provide, like let's say for example he scores 10 goals and 10 assists in this season. I think that would be a great return, and I think he's going to have a good season. There are still a question mark about him, but I think it will be a good season, and like nobody really expects him to be a world beater now, 33 years old. He's just here to help Vallecano stay in the league, and I think if he performs the way that everybody expects him, to the expectations of the Vallecano fans, I think it will be a good season for them. I really expect him to do good. Even if Vallecano go down, I think James is going to be a good signing for them. Number 6, it's Robin Lenormand from Real Sociedad to Atletico Madrid for 35 million euros. I mean, what a great signing. It basically came out of nowhere. Nobody really expected this signing to happen, but I think a great signing, a no-nonsense defender, a type of defender that Simeone would love to have, and he has gotten him like for 35 million euros. He was great for Sociedad last year. He has been exceptional for them for the last couple of years, and then he had a great Euros as well, and Atletico just go ahead and get their man. Like, there was not that much negotiation, no sound of it. Just they go there and they pay the money and they get them, and I think it's a very smart deal. He's going to be really helpful at the back. He has already started showing the signs that why he was signed. Really a good ball playing defender, loves to get physical. I remember last year he broke he had stitches on his head playing with the bandage. It was really great, and that's the type of player Simeone would want at the heart of his defense. I think he's going to be a good player for Atletico for next 3, 4, 5 years. They have not started that good Atleti, but I think they are going to get better, and Lenormand is going to be one of the main guys for them. Like, if you are going, he's going to be the base of his team for the next 4, 5 years. I think a great signing, and Atleti going for the title, he needs to be on top of his game every weekend, I think, and he will be a great signing, as I said. Just for 35 million euros, a great signing. Number 5, it's again Atletico Madrid. It's this time it's Alexander Sørloth from Villarreal to Atletico Madrid for about 30 million euros. Sorry. And like, what a signing that is. They were in, like, they needed strikers because Morata left, because Depay left. All of those players left, and they needed a firepower. They tried to get Dovbyk, but he did not come, so they go ahead and they bring in Sørloth. He scored 26 goals last season, and I think he's gonna have a good season at Atleti as well, a big physical presence in the box, almost a 6 foot, a great width. He's had a physical, he's gonna win you a lot of physical battles as well. Good with his feet, his movement of the ball is very good. He loves to defend, he loves to get into goals. Like he sort of reminds me of a Diego Costa, and Simeone would love a player like that, like a person who would go in a fight for you. Like that's a perfect signing for him. And with him signing another striker, I think that we are gonna talk about him later on, but I think that combination is going to work really well. Again, I would say Atleti have not started the season well, but I think because they have brought in so many players, they are going to need a bit of time to get to know each other. And I think as the season goes on, you're going to see Atleti perform a lot better than they have in the first month of the season. But Solot, I think, is going to have a great season. As I said, 26 goals last season. I'm expecting another almost 20 plus goals season for him this year as well. I think it's going to do a great for Atleti, and is going to be one of the top scorers of the season. I'm sure about that, to be very honest with you. Number 4, it's Dani Olmo from RB Leipzig to Barcelona, 55 million euros. I mean, that is a signing that a lot of Barca fans are not happy about it. They did not want that signing. Barca, it's basically feels like Laporta is the one who really wanted to sign him, but the way that Olmo has started, like I was quite surprised with the way that Barca fans really did not want him. And it's not just a tiny minority, it was a big majority of Barca fans that were against this deal, because they thought that they needed other players like Nico Williams was the main guy that every Barca fan wanted, and they even preferred Mikel Merino, who went on to join Arsenal ahead of Dani Olmo, but it was Laporta's aim to get him. And I think it's a big statement from Laporta in a way that he has gone ahead and he spent a good amount of money. It's the first time that Barca have spent a good amount of money in 2-3 years, and after that they were not able to spend any more money on other signings because of their financial aspect. But the way that Dani Olmo has started his season, already has 3 goals and 1 assist in like 1.5 games, so that shows that Laporta's faith in him is gonna be returned. Like, it was really good for Leipzig. He was amazing for Spain at the Euros, and the way that he has already started, I think it's gonna have a great season for Barcelona. And I think a lot of Barca fans that really did not want him are gonna have to eat up their words, because Laporta this time might have won this battle against them, and I think it's a great signing. Number 3, it's Julian Alvarez. Again, Atletico Madrid are involved, from Manchester City to Atletico Madrid for 72 million euros. I mean, what a signing that is, and it just came out of nowhere. A fallout between Pep and Alvarez, and Atletico Madrid swoop in. There were rumors that PSG might try to come in, but Atletico Madrid swoop in. They pay the money. A lot of stuff happened during this deal as well, but they finally got their man, and I think it's a great signing. He's gonna do really well. And as I said, they have Solot as like the big like a big physical striker, and then you have Alvarez. He can play up top, he can play on the flanks. I think he's gonna be a really good signing, and they've paid a good amount of money. He's quite young as well, like 22 years old, and he's gonna have a great season at a great career at Atleti, in my opinion. I think that combination of Solot and him is gonna be really good for Atleti. There are questions whether both of them can start together. I personally think they can. As I said, Alvarez can play on the wings as well. They can even play the old 4-4-2 with Solot as the big guy who does all the dirty work, and then Alvarez is the one who gets the benefit out of it. I think it's going to be a good season for Atleti, and these two are going to have a great chemistry. It is already showing there are little signs. If you saw in the last games, there was signs between that they are starting to get to know how to play with each other. And as I said when I talked about Solot, as the season goes on, they are gonna get better. So Atleti fans, they just need to hold on and hope that it gets just wait for them to shine through and get better. And number 2, it's again Atletico Madrid, Conor Gallagher from Chelsea to Atletico Madrid for 42 million euros. And I think it is there is a dream signing for Diego Simeone in that midfield. He needs somebody like he's an engine. He's built he's the perfect guy that Simeone would want. He's not not gonna mourn. He's gonna give you your 100% every time. And he's, as I said, he's an engine. He's gonna run himself to that. He doesn't care about anything else. He's physical. He likes to get into altercation. He likes to make those tackles. He's perfect for Simeone in that midfield. If they are getting counter attack, or if they are getting attack, he's going to be that player who breaks up those attacks, and then he's going to start the move as well. He can score goals as well. He's a leader on the field as well. Like, he's a perfect signing for Diego Simeone and for Atletico Madrid. This deal also, there was big things happened during that deal. He came in, he did his medical, then he had to go back. There was big confusion between the two clubs. Like, a lot of fiasco had to go through for this deal to finally be completed, but it is completed, and Carragher is an Athletic player, and I think he would be very happy about it. So it's a big achievement. Like, it's a big deal for him. He has left his boyhood club, so he would want to perform for Atleti, and in a way get back at Chelsea for and the manager, and let them know that they make a big mistake there, that they want he has said that Chelsea is a mess. That's why he's left the club. So if a player that was come through the academy saying stuff like this, you know how bad it is at Chelsea. But for Carragher to move to Atleti, I think it's a big deal, and it's going to be a very good deal for them. At number 1, of course, it's Kylian Mbappe from Real Madrid. I mean, I really don't need to say anything about him. He is probably the best player in the world right now. He has come to Madrid on a free as well. His dream move for Florentino Perez as well. He has wanted Mbappe to come to Real Madrid for a good amount of years. He's finally here. He's gotten his man. Mbappe comes to Madrid. He's going to score a lot of goals. His start has not been really good, but I think it doesn't matter. We all know what he can do, and I think he's going to be a world beater at Madrid. And he has made them stronger. He's not starting the way that everybody hoped, but he is getting a better. He scored 2 goals already in the last games, so I think the floodgates are going to open. He's going to score a lot of goals. Like, there's no question about that. He's the best signing, not in La Liga, in the entire Europe, like in the best signing of the season. And the fact that Madrid got him on a free, like, that's just like icing on the cake. Not even icing, every topping you want to put on the cake, that's getting Mbappe for free. Like, great player, nothing more to say about. So yeah, that is it from me. This is my list. These are my top 10 transfers in La Liga. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you agree with my list? Do you think I made some mistake? Do you think some other players should have been in the list? Let me know in the comment section below. Like the video, share it as well, click on the notification bell, and of course subscribe to the channel. We are trying to get to 300 subscribers before the month of September ends, so please go ahead and subscribe and help us in achieving that task. Until next time, bye bye.